Hi, my name is Jeremy. I'm 49 years old and I live here in Lisboa. And the procedure I underwent was the RLE procedure. So I was referred by a medical concierge service called Serenity. They help expats navigate the medical care in Portugal. And I sought the care because I wanted to explore alternatives to wearing glasses. So my vision before the surgery wasn't so great. I struggled to read like fine print. For instance, if I had to read a label on a bottle or a product, I had to take a photo of it and then zoom in on the image to see what it said. I didn't bring my glasses with me when I went places, so I wasn't comfortable wearing them, and I didn't bring them, and that presented problems like when I go to a restaurant. I have to use a magnify app on my phone to read restaurant menus. So then I would take a lot more time to read the menu, decide what I want. Everybody else has already done ordering, and I'm just kind of embarrassed. So yeah, that was how the vision was before the surgery. I came in for my appointment and to have a consultation with Dr. Pedro Ared. The first appointment, I came in and I had just normal exams because it had been over a year since I'd last had my eye exams. But I went in knowing that I wanted to stop wearing glasses if possible. So that was my intention going in. I explained this to the doctor, and he did mention that I was a possible candidate for the RLE procedure. And he explained the process to me and said that we would need to do some further tests to make sure that it was a suitable procedure for me. And so with that, I scheduled a follow-up consultation to take those additional tests. Uh, yeah, so the day of the surgery was kind of a mix of excitement because I was excited about the future of not wearing glasses, being able to see clearly. But then there was a general anxiety. I just am kind of afraid of any surgery. So it was just a mix of those two. Yeah, I think everything was very well organized from the moment I walked in the door to the time I was discharged. And the team, yes, was very caring. They greeted me when I arrived, and they already knew who I was. They were expecting me, and they were very welcoming. There was some discomfort with the surgery because you know you can't blink during the surgery, and the eye is kind of forced to stay open. So that was kind of uncomfortable. However, I didn't feel any pain during the surgery, and it went by so quickly that it was kind of a breeze. And after it was done, I realized, oh wow, this was really nothing. Like I said, the main surprise was, oh gosh, it's already over. I was expecting to be in there for hours or something, and it was just went by so quickly. That was really so after the surgery, I had help getting home. I couldn't drive, obviously. And the only thing was that I needed to use several different eye drops. Some of the drops, they were a little irritating, caused a little discomfort, for the first minute or so. But after that, there was no issue. So I just went about my normal day, and the only difference was I carried around several bottles of eye drops and would pause. Say I was at a restaurant, I'd pause, go to the restroom, put the eye drops in, and come back and just resume my day. So The recovery process was pretty simple and painless. Yeah. My vision is improved. I think within the next day, I was already could tell that I was seeing better. It was pretty incredible. It was almost immediate. It didn't take a lot of time to see an improvement. Yeah, it was incredible. Well, the major changes, I could read without using the magnifying app, which is really amazing. And I able to get things done more quickly because I'm not struggling to see instructions or read menus, manuals that are related to my work. Things just, I absorb the information more quickly because I can see it, and yeah, things just are more efficient now. Once my vision restored, I felt more confident. Like I said, I didn't like to carry around the glasses. I didn't want to feel tethered to them, and uh, for whatever reason, I was felt kind of ashamed when I had to pull the glasses out when everyone else around me, my friends, didn't need the glasses. So yeah, I just feel a lot more confident and more carefree, I guess. Yes, I'd definitely recommend CPO. And in fact, I already have recommended CPO to my aunt who also lives here in Lisbon. I say that because the team is professional, they're kind, and I trust them with my eyes. I would just say if you're hesitant, try not to be afraid. And if you are, go for the consultation. Voice any of the concerns you have to the doctor so they can be addressed. And really, the sooner that you have the surgery, the more time you'll have to enjoy the results.